is to die in How to Train Your Dragon. I didn't think I'd ever see a video like this. You guys know the movie How to Train Your Dragon with the Night Furies? You know, they look so adorable. But in this video by Goji Center, I'll throw them up on the screen right now so you can see them. We're gonna be witnessing the true terrors of what could go down in this movie.
Number 1.
Let's see
Slimy Terror.
Slimy Terror, method number 1.
As we go through this episode, you'll find out that the variety in dragons is insane.
There are a bunch of dragons.
So are the ways you
I do
could
like
die.
that movie.
We'll begin with a strange
By the way, if you
dragon,
haven't yet,
the
scroll down
Slitherwing.
for me.
These
Hit that
dragons
subscribe
very much
button.
resemble snakes, except they are much bigger, can fly, and as you might expect,
a snake
a venomous bite.
that can
but
fly
it does not end here.
and is venomous.
These guys are literally poison and venom production machines.
That's terrible.
The difference between these two
Good for them.
substances is the following. The adverse effects of poison are administered via breathing, swallowing, or absorption through the skin.
Oh, okay,
Whereas
yep, that
venom
makes sense.
has to be administered via wound directly to your
It's gotta
bloodstream.
go in there, yep.
Venomous snakes usually bite into their victims to administer venom directly to the bloodstream. But here comes the real question.
Ugh,
Which one of these
it's
does
crazy.
the Slitherwing possess? Both.
Slitherwing. He's got both,
Apart
of
from
course
being
he
able
does.
to both bite with and spit venom, this thing will also secrete poison all over its body.
He's crazy.
It's said to have a distinct sweet smell, but to not let this gratifying scent fool you. Once it's on your body,
What do you
you're
think is
going
the
to
most
die.
dangerous
Let's
today?
Find out
Let me know in the
how.
comments before we get there.
The side effects of having this slime
'Cause this is
ruin
only
your
number
outfit
1.
include pale discoloration, the affected areas turning green,
Ouch.
fatigue,
Green.
increasing pain, etc.
You can turn
Eventually,
green?
This poison will make its way through the bloodstream and consequently shutting down your organs.
Oh, you'd be done
in
with.
a matter of 24 hours, you'll be dead. Assuming
24
that the
hours? It's a
Slitherwing
slow
doesn't
one,
chew
too.
you first. Number 2, Reign
Okay,
of
that wasn't
Death.
too bad.
The
You know,
next
there's
test
definitely worse
subject to be
ways.
thrown to the dragon's den is in for a lot of pain. Not only because he's gonna get eaten, but also
The
burned,
Reign of
shanked,
Death.
slammed, and potentially a ton of other stuff.
That's
so what are we
horrible.
talking about? None other than the Deadly Natter.
Oh, that's a big boy.
That's right, folks.
A
Apart
natter.
from being one of the most popular dragons in this franchise, this thing is also one
You
of the
laugh
most
at him?
deadly. Hence the name Deadly Natter. This creature is equipped with jaws with dozens of needle-like
Oh,
teeth.
yeah.
but
And it's
what
gotta be
comes
a
out of
strong
these
jaw,
jaws
too.
is
Look at
far
the
more
face.
Scary. It is said that the magnesium-based fire coming out of these dragons burns as hot as the
Magnesium-based.
sun itself.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
hot
gonna be
that
hot.
it's able to literally melt rocks.
That's
Getting killed by
crazy.
this would be a mercy, since this would happen so
It would be so
you wouldn't
fast,
even
yeah.
Feel it.
You wouldn't
if the
feel
Natter
it.
wanted to be less merciful, it would resort to these bad boys back here. Oh yeah, these spikes
I forgot
back
it had
here
spikes
are
on the tail.
detachable and can be hurled at once, raining death on any group of victims.
That's a nice move.
A single one of these can be hurled with
That's
mad
sick.
accuracy, depending on where exactly the Natter wanted to aim at. But
And he's
that's
got
not
accuracy
all.
like
These are
that?
also venomous, capable of stunning
And they're venomous,
immobilizing
bro.
prey. So as soon as
How
you
is this
get
only
hit,
number
if
2?
you didn't get hit in a vital organ, you'll be stunned, frozen. Your muscles will contract in such a way that you will not be able to move.
I would much
Only
rather
to
get hit with the
witness this
fire.
Natter finish you with
Oh,
its
no.
tooth-infested jaws.
And then it just
Number
chomped
3,
you up. All
blown
right.
up.
Number 2 was
Some
pretty
of these
good. That's my
dragons
number
don't
1
always
right
have
now.
to go on the offensive to kill anyone. Sometimes triggering their defense mechanisms are enough to erase your sorry
Blown up.
planet Earth. A perfect example of this is this dragon, the Buffalord. A medium-sized
Buffalord.
creature that can actually grow dramatically in size under certain circumstances.
And just blow up?
Before this happens, note how this thing is covered in lots of spikes.
It does have
It's
spikes.
covered in
Everything
hard
has
skin
spikes.
And seems like the type of dragon that can expel large quantities of
Oh, he's a big
gas,
boy.
in the form of fire. This is a
boy
mostly
thick.
peaceful animal, but to provoke it, we'll task this test subject, who is notorious for his questionable
Oh, no.
methods of taming dragons,
Not the
to
test
try to
subject.
harass it.
He's about to get destroyed.
Yeah. As we can see, this thing turned out to be very similar to the real-world
All right.
pufferfish. If these guys feel like they are being harassed, or
Similar to the
threatened, they will
pufferfish.
immediately blow up and double their
Pufferfish
size.
doesn't blow up,
Except
though.
our buff friend here will take it a step further. After he blows up, the spikes we
Oof.
talked about earlier will shoot out in all directions, potentially hitting our test subject.
Pufferfish does
In
get bigger.
addition to
That's-
that, the
I'm
impact
talking about
along with any
blowing up,
fire
actually.
expelled from this creature will
Like the
create
fire.
a kill zone that will be impossible to escape from. Stabbed, knocked out, and burned is the way you will leave the planet.
So he's kind
For
of a
being
savage, right?
stupid. Number 4,
For being
feeding
stupid.
frenzy.
Come on now.
If
Feeding
you're
frenzy.
enjoying this
I still like
episode,
number 2
we'll
the
guess
best.
You've watched gruesome animal videos featuring stuff like piranhas eating
Ugh.
their prey alive.
I have not
Well,
watched that
this one
before,
is
no.
no different.
That's
but who
gross.
will bring forth the act of devouring our test
Oh,
subject?
my-
The Hobgobbler. This little fella
He's
may seem
adorable.
harmless at first, and maybe a tiny bit adorable, but you'll quickly forget that
That's what I
once you
said.
see its friends pull up and stare at you with those bright orange eyeballs.
Okay, it gets a little creepy.
There are two ways this thing can end you. One,
Okay, they
the
gang up
saliva
on you.
from these creatures' mouths is said to be flammable in some cases.
Flammable
meaning that this
saliva?
thing would only
Excuse
have to
me?
just slobber on you in order for that body part to catch on fire. Here, our test
It is
subject
adorable,
got
though. You
some on
can't-
his head.
Come on
so
now.
immediately all his hair would get burnt off, and
Oh
then
my-
his face would follow. But this dude isn't dead yet.
He's just
Method
hurting.
number 2, after
And then you
some
got
of
that
your
thing
body
staring
is
at you.
cooked rare, we'll unleash the rest of these
Cooked rare.
hobgobblers to finish this test subject.
There's so many.
And as we can see, similar to those piranha videos, this guy will be eaten alive with
Oh
nothing
my-
left except a skeleton
So they're
joined
like
by whatever
flying
ligaments remain and
piranhas.
scraps of flesh.
Could you imagine
This
seeing
is
a flying
without a doubt
piranha?
a grim sight. But
No.
let's now
No,
move to a
thank you.
dragon that can do something more spectacular.
Spectacular.
Number 5, FIRENADO.
FIRENADOs.
We're
Number
seeing a
2
lot
is
of
still the
fire
best
in
for
this
me.
series, but don't worry, this one is going to be fun to watch.
Okay.
Maybe not for the test subject.
Yep, test subject is
Typhoonrangs
going
are
down.
Very large animals,
What is-
distinctive for their massive wings,
Typhoonrang.
eccentric face, and most importantly, crazy fire abilities.
Okay.
Unlike other dragons that will literally just shoot their target directly, this one
is
seems
fire?
to use a different method.
Excuse
this animal
me?
will first fly over the victim and surround it with a stream of fire. But this stream of fire continues
Oh,
to
that poor
circle
hog.
around the victim,
Whatever that
closing
was.
in until the fire finally reaches its body, letting it burn alive.
That is
the result,
rude.
a spectacle
Oh my-
of fire, heat, and death. Additionally, the fire streams of this dragon would undergo
We've seen a lot of
strange
fire
phenomena
today.
at times,
That's a
creating
common thing
literal
that I'm seeing.
spiral of fire with a hollow core, like a literal tornado, except it's expelled from a vocal orifice.
A fire
like this
tornado
would
you
make
get put
quick
into.
work of a human being,
Quick
burning
work,
it to a
though.
crisp in a matter of seconds.
You wouldn't even feel it, you know? It
Number
would just be done.
6,
That's the
razor
easiest
slice.
death, I feel like.
The dragon
Number 2
we are
is still
about
the
to
best.
discuss now is a literal killing machine. There is
Okay.
no other way to put it. The Razor Whip's most notable attribute
Razor
is that
Whip.
it is
He's a
fully
cool-looking
encased in
dragon.
metal-like scales with the sole purpose
Metal-like.
to serve as armor and to cut almost anything.
Okay.
There are many ways this thing could kill. Its prehensile tail
I didn't even
is
see him
equipped
cut
with
those
sharp
trees.
spikes similar to the deadly Natter. They aren't venomous, but can certainly split skulls upon impact.
Oh,
this
yeah.
tail
And
can
he's
also
accurate with
constrict
it.
the life out of its victims.
Oh
Its
my-
long jaws infested with
headshot.
sharp teeth, their metallic nature and weight would make them behave like scissors. But these are nothing
That thing's
compared
got
to their
armor.
razor-sharp tail and wings, capable of literally flying through tree trunks, ship masts, and other organic objects.
That's crazy,
we know
bro.
what you're
This is a
thinking.
good dragon.
What would happen if it flew through a test subject?
A
We'll
test
task
subject?
The razor whip
Oh,
with
no.
flying at high speeds
Buddy,
and flying
duck.
through this part of the body.
Duck.
Now this cut would be so
Get
perfect
down.
and so quick that you would
Okay.
still be alive to look down and
He didn't
realize
listen.
what just happened to you.
You got
and
cut in
watch
half.
in disbelief as your upper torso literally falls
Yeah.
off the bottom half of
You're
your
just
body.
done at that point. Who do we have now, though?
Number
Who's the
7,
next?
Human Blender.
Human
The
Blender?
dragon that we are about to discuss is no joke. It is a creature that was seen to
Hey, yo,
outclass
what
this
is
Night
that?
Fury in combat a couple of times.
That's in the
An
thumbnail,
animal
right?
so agile, dangerous, and
Oh,
scary
no.
that it will haunt
Bro,
you in
that
your
is-
nightmares.
that's
The
terrifying.
Whispering Death.
Unless he's on
This
your team,
crazy
right?
spawn of
Then
is
you're good.
composed of a long, slender body covered in spikes from head to tail, and a mouth filled with 6 rows of counter-spinning teeth.
That's
and the
crazy.
ability to spew rings of fire, engulfing its victims
Of course.
and roasting them to
Everybody
death.
can spit
In
fire.
this
It's a
episode,
dragon.
We will cover 2 ways the Whispering Death can kill these victims, beginning with this creature's body.
Oh,
These
my goodness.
spikes
And
aren't
he
here
can
just
dig.
to look pretty, but can also be used to fling spikes at victims.
He can
This
fling
tail
spikes
pick up
too? He can
someone
do
and
everything.
Send them flying, or worse, be constricted with tail spikes that will pierce through your rib cage.
Oh, that poor
puncturing
test
lungs
subject.
and heart. This thing will literally squeeze the life out of you, leaving nothing but your bloodless, shriveled body as the aftermath.
That's
but
enough,
it could
buddy.
get worse.
Gosh.
This mouth has the ability to crush through almost anything.
Imagine
People,
if you went
earth,
into
even
that mouth,
rock.
though.
If you have the misfortune of having these
Oh, that
jaws
poor-
land on top of you, expect nothing but
Not
to
the
get
sheep.
shredded
Look at
into
him.
ground meat. Your passing will be quick, but those
Oh,
couple
my-
of seconds before losing consciousness would have been the most painful in your life.
Yeah, those would be
Once
extra
the Whispering
painful.
Death is finished with you, there will be nothing left but flesh, fat, and bone scattered all over the place.
Yeah, number 2
There
in
is
this one?
absolutely no way to get
Those
out
are
of
my
this one
picks right
alive.
now.
Had enough?
No,
Well, hold on,
I haven't.
because these executions will keep getting worse.
Are you kidding me? They
Number
keep going.
8,
Oh, okay.
Rapid fire.
So number 2 and number 7
you thought we were
are my
done
favorites
with the
right now.
Whispering Death? Well, check this thing out. It's technically a Whispering Death, more or less, but it's mutated, meaner,
A mutated
and much,
Whispering Death?
much bigger. This is the Screaming Death.
What?
A gigantic ball of teeth and loud fury that can shoot many fireballs in rapid succession.
Okay, so
capable of
number
taking
2 and
out
number
many
8
foes
instead.
At one time. Additionally, this creature's long body is also covered in spikes.
Yo,
and
that's
can shoot
crazy.
them out
Look how
from any
big it
part
is
of its body.
compared to the
This
test
is
subject.
Just some of the ways it could kill. Other methods include falling into this creature's tooth-infested mouth and getting impaled from an infinite amount
that would be
of
tragic.
directions. Another would be being too close to this creature while it's roaring.
That thing is
Again,
huge.
like we witnessed in the
Could you
last
imagine?
episode, standing too close to a creature that can scream at high decibels can cause disruptions to your body that can and will kill.
It'll destroy
this
you.
one can stun and disorient you for enough time for this animal to take its time
Oh
and pick
my.
how it can kill
It
you.
can just scoop you up
The
and eat
next
you.
dragon on this list is just as scary, smaller, but equipped with weapons that will leave you with your mouth open.
Okay, so number 9,
Number
right?
9,
Toxic
Toxic
Rage.
Rage.
Oh, so this dragon's got to be
Dragon
pretty crazy,
weaponry in
right?
this universe has
What
shown
is
to be
this
really
dragon?
unique and creative. This one does not fall short of that description.
It kinda
The
looks
Death
cool.
Gripper species of dragons
I
are
couldn't see
not
him too
only
much.
frightening, but also possess some pretty gruesome ways to subjugate and, of
Oh
course,
my-
kill its victims.
That thing looks
You
crazy.
may have
It's
noticed
growing.
that this
The
animal
horns.
already resembles scorpions.
Death
and you're
Gripper.
not wrong. This right here, along with its teeth, contain venom strong enough to kill. Except this
A
comes in
dragon
phases.
scorpion.
Getting stung
What?
by this doesn't necessarily mean instant
Ugh.
death, but sure leads to it. The first sting will paralyze the victim, calming it down, almost succumbing it to the will of
That's
this Death
terrible.
Gripper.
So you're
This
already dead, man.
paralyzation would then allow the dragon to proceed to eat you while you're still alive.
'Cause he's gonna eat you.
The messed up part about this is that this toxin won't necessarily numb your pain. On the contrary, you'll
What is
feel
that?
every single bite and chew while being
Oh
unable
my-
to do anything about it.
That is
But
the
if
most-
you're lucky
most
to get
lethal one
stung
I've seen.
twice, then that means that you're dead. But your friends should be wary. Getting hit a third time makes your body
Oh, no.
poisonous to touch.
So if you
any
touch 'em?
remains would also spell doom for your friends. But is this
Okay,
it?
that dragon's crazy.
Nope. The
There's
most
one more
dangerous
better.
and devastating weapon possessed by the Death Gripper is its
Oh.
acidic blasts. This
Acidic
liquid
blast?
is so corrosive that it will literally burn through anything. Rocks, wood, metal, other organic materials.
This dragon is crazy.
Everything. You'll disintegrate on contact, leaving no evidence, no remains. After discussing
my
all of
gosh.
these dragons, it is finally time to witness a
It's
creature
time.
of
Who is the
titan
best?
proportions.
Who is the best dragon?
Number 10, living artillery.
Living artillery.
Dragons with the proportions of a shellfire will most likely have weapons
What
that
is
will kill you
that?
so fast that you probably wouldn't even feel it. This is a good thing, given all the pain we've witnessed
I haven't seen this
already.
movie in a long
But
time,
this
so I don't
episode,
remember all the
we'll discuss
dragons.
2 ways the shellfire could kill this test subject.
The shellfire.
One scenario in which he will get lucky, and another
Look
one
how
where he'll
ginormous
get
he is.
really unlucky. Let's begin with the lucky shot.
The lucky
This
shot,
massive
okay.
aquatic animal has the ability to shoot gigantic boulder-like projectiles
That's
out of
crazy.
its mouth. These are powered by plasma and are shot with incredible accuracy.
Plasma bombs,
The
and he's
impact
accurate.
is massive, and anything in the blast radius
wow.
would die and get disintegrated from the blast in a split second. A truly spectacular weapon. Another
Spectacular.
spectacular set of weapons are these things. It's
The
horns.
giant horns.
Now, to be completely
Could you get
honest,
stabbed
these would
with
have
that?
a 1% chance of killing something as small as a human. Given
Yeah,
that
1%
these tips
chance.
would be too big to even serve as skewers for something this
That's
small.
true, so you might be
they
safe.
Could, but you'd have to be really unlucky. Like
Really
this
unlucky.
guy who was dropped in a huge tank a little
Oh,
bit ago and
the
happened to be
test
in the way of
subject.
these horns. Now, because these are so thick in comparison to this guy's body,
You're just
all
done.
of this dude's organs and spine would move out of place.
Oh.
This hurts a lot, but luckily for him in this rather unlucky situation, the bleeding would be too much and they would pass out in a matter of seconds.
Good for him, but
We
he's
hope
dead.
you enjoyed this.
That is the end of this video. Let me know which one you thought was the most terrifying. I mean, that last one was pretty terrifying. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching with me. I love ya. Goodbye.